Hey again, time for another update on the drop pod project. As you can see, we have everything largely test fit and base coated, and I'll just run you through how this part of the build has been going so far. So everything is just kind of test fit at the moment, dry fit, nothing's been glued in, and everything is all lined up, all the hatches close and all that sort of thing, and it's just held together by friction at the moment. So if we start off with the doors here, open that up and you can see the interior. The inside part's been all painted there, the harnesses and console. Got the turret which rotates around, although you can't see when I've got my hand in there. And all of these doors will pop open, although this may come apart because it's just held together by friction at the moment. And so that's what the finished product will look like once it's got all the doors open. Okay, so one thing to note is that when I've been reading up on various build logs and things like that, there's been complaints about floppy doors, things not lining up, some people choosing to magnetize because the doors keep flopping open. What I found was that that's true to a certain extent, but if you get everything lined up correctly, and there's just a few tolerances that, in my case, sort of makes all the difference. Down on these corners here, you can see, well, possibly you can't see there, I'd have to lift it up, it's rubbing a little bit. That's due to the door opening and closing. So if you just sort of let it go to its own devices, it kind of opens and stays open there. It doesn't quite catch in if you just kind of press it where it is. What happens is when it's closing, it kind of catches a little bit on these corners, and you sort of have to lift it up and over and sort of add a little bit of force to the bottom to get it over that hump, and then it will slot in, and then that's not going to flop anywhere. So just kind of ease it and then give it a little bit of a push right at the bottom. I'll show you here now that I've got some of those doors closed up. Sort of pushing the pressure at the bottom sort of catches, and then you can just sort of ease it past and then give it a little nudge, and that will allow it to just sort of push over these ridges, and that's the same all the way around. And then if you've got everything lined up properly, the little nubs that are on the doors should go into the top sections and hold it in. So I can see what people have sort of meant by that you can end up with floppy door syndrome. But this is just me. Oops. This is me making a liar out of me. So yeah, left to its own device, it's just going to flop like that. But if you just nudge it past, that's alright there. So anyway, a little bit of finessing and finagling with that, but by and large haven't had too many problems. I don't feel like I need to magnetize anything. Anyway, let's pull these bits apart and show you where we're at. So these are just slotted in with friction, and we'll just take that off. And this one is super tight. We can slide that off. So we have the engine and the gun housing, and this again, this gun is magnetized, so that can slot right off. Put the missile launcher on, and that rotates. And I'm still going to do a little bit of detail painting on here just to pick these out. So just done a basic coat. This part is fully painted, highlighted. But the rest of it still needs a bit of work. On the underside, I still need to pick out the thrusters, but what I think I'm going to do is paint this up, add in the silver detailing, and then I'm going to give this a heavy dry brush of black to imitate the scorch marks of re-entry going through the atmosphere. And again, it's probably not a detail that's going to be seen very much because it's going to be plonked down like that, but I'll know that it's there. As far as the interior goes, these edges along here I've left black for the moment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give that a coat of yellow, and then once I get my hands on some appropriate masking tape, I'm going to do the right there, the warning chevrons, you know, the mind the gap, danger chevrons on there. But I think just for the moment I'm going to do a base coat of just basic yellow and then mask it off and then do some black. Painting the fin parts was a little bit tedious. Again, I've just got the base coat of the lead belcher and the Maudian blue, which is now is it Macragge blue? Anyway, so now that I've got those done, I'm going to go over with another coat, do some highlights, put my own mix of blue on there, which I use for my the rest of my vehicles and marines. Pick out all those details times 5 because there's the 5 fins, and then we'll be doing all of that on here. And really not too much more involved. It's just going to be getting those coats on, tidying it up, a little bit of detail here and there, and then it should be good. So yeah, pretty straightforward except for just little nuances that I've mentioned, and yeah, should be ready to go hopefully not too long, and then we'll be moving on to my next project. But anyway, stay tuned and we'll get this thing closer to being done. Have a good one. Cheers.